skincare mistakes that women over 50 make and what to do instead. So if your skin feels dry, tight, and irritated during the winter months, you're not alone. Mature skin reacts differently in the colder weather. And so many of us, at least I know I do, make the same simple mistakes. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of the biggest winter skincare mistakes that women over 50 make and what to do instead. And I can tell you these small changes make a huge difference. So I have made these mistakes and I can see the difference when I make these simple changes. And mistake number 1 is using the same cleanser all year round, okay? And when the winter time comes, what I need to do is only wash my face once a day as opposed to twice a day. And I do that at night. I'll do my double cleanse at night and I'll go in there and I'll remove any of my sunblock, I'll remove any of my mascara, I'll use like an oil-based cleanser, which is great, but then I need to go in there and remove all of that residue. And I'll go in and I'll use a gentle cleanser, right, that's very hydrating on sensitive skin. And I'll use this one here. It's a daily cleanser. It's called Rinse from Caram MD. And I'll simply just go in there and, gently wash my face. And then in the morning, I just splash some lukewarm water on my skin and then I moisturize as I normally would. Winter dries the skin and weakens the barrier, so we need to go in there and use a very gentle cleanser. Over-exfoliating, and this one I'm really guilty of, over-exfoliating because my skin looks dry and dull and I feel like I want to have some life come back into it. What this is doing is just that my skin is extra sensitive now that the colder weather is here, and I'm going in there and I'm just like stripping it and drying it out even more. I still need to exfoliate, but I need to go in there with something much more gentler. I'll use like an enzymic polish, right? I won't use like an acid. I won't go in there with any scrubs. I'll go in there and there's something that's going to gently exfoliate those dead skin cells and just kind of lift them away without going in there and being too abrasive. And there are many of them on the market. I'm currently using this one here from Caram MD and it's called Polish. And you simply just mix it up in your hands. It's a powder. You mix it up in your hands with a little water and then you simply put it on your skin for roughly about 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, and then rinse it off. So just exfoliate once a week with something gentle. Mistake number 3 is going in there and applying a moisturizer and bone dry skin. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is because my skin is dry, I think it's just going to soak up all of that moisture. But what happens is moisturizer cannot absorb well on completely dry skin. I need to go in there, I don't need it dripping wet, but I need it slightly damp and go in there with that moisturizer and then it'll be able to penetrate deeper into my skin and do the job that it's intended to do. Going in and moisturizing and putting serums on a completely dry skin. When I go in there and do that, nothing can be absorbed well. So I need to go in, leave my skin slightly damp, right? And then not dripping wet, and go in and use like a serum. I'll go in and use this vitamin C serum. It's called Quench, and go in there and just put a layer of that on. And then while that's still damp, I'll go in there and put the moisturizer on over it. And that way it can deeply penetrate into the different layers of my skin. So mistake number 4 is going in there with using a retinol product that's just way too strong for my winter skin. What I'll do is I'll go in there with an anti-aging cream, one that acts like a retinol but isn't as strong as a retinol, and I'll use that during the winter months. And right now I'm using this anti-aging cream. It's called Illuminate, and it's gentle enough for me to use twice a day, every day, as opposed to using the Retinol, which I was using like 3 to 4 times a week. So do me a favor, if you're getting any value, smash that like button, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a new video twice a week. So starting January 1st, I have a Secret Artist Pro Series coming up. So you want to get notified for when that's going to be happening. It's going to be some of my secret tips and tricks that I have from being a pro makeup artist for many years. I'll be doing it in a series of 10 episodes. Number 5, and I am guilty of this one, is using heavy petroleum products on my skin. And I've done this. I've used Aquaphor, I've used Vaseline, I've used all kinds of heavy products, especially when my skin gets dry. But what happens with that is my skin can't breathe, right? I need to go in there and use something that's breathable, right? That still is going to lock in all that moisture and it's going to be like protect my barrier, but it's going to let my skin breathe and it's going to seep into my skin and not just lay on the surface of my skin. And for that I go in and I use this Enrich, which is a breathable barrier cream. And I just go in and I put a couple of pumps of that on. I kind of gently push it into my skin. If I have any left over, I'll kind of rub it into my hands, my arms, or wherever. And what it does is it nourishes without clogging my skin, which is really important because when I go in and use too much Aquaphor or petroleum, I get milia all underneath my eye. I get these little tiny bumps around my mouth and my chin. And then I'm spending a great deal of time just trying to get rid of them, and that's not good. So this breathable cream goes in, it's very breathable, it's very lightweight on the skin. I can actually even use it during the day. If I'm gonna be outside and it's gonna be a windy, cold day, I'll go in and I'll just use a much lighter layer and just kind of put my makeup over the top of that. And it doesn't get greasy at all. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel like sticky. It feels very nice on the skin. So fixing these small mistakes is gonna make a huge difference, especially for mature skin. So be gentle, exfoliate less, use more moisture, only wash your skin once a day as opposed to twice a day. Skip using those heavy products that are gonna clog your pores and not allow your skin to breathe. Do you change your winter routine when the colder weather comes? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to download my free guide. It's my guide for healthy glowing skin and healthy hair. You can get that in the description box below. If you like to listen to books on tape, don't forget Audible is having their special where you get the first month free and the next 3 consecutive months for 99 cents. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you gained value, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.